Hello everyone, welcome back to your GRE preparation with Infinity Education. Today in our 33rd class, we will learn about simple interest and compound interest. Now let's see what are the formulas. So the formula for simple interest is P into R into T by 100. And for compound interest, it is A equals to P into 1 plus R by 100 N to the power NT. Now we can see so many variables are here, right? So let's see one by one. So amount is principal plus interest. P is the principal, that is how much initially was deposited. R is the rate of interest, like at what rate the interest is provided. You know, for some banks, the interest is something, and for some other banks, the interest is something. T is the time, that is for the how much for the time period. So that interest, or with that interest amount, how much it is being paid. N is the number of times that interest is compounded in a year. Sometimes in some of the questions you can see that it is mentioned the interest is given semi-annually or quarterly. So on that time, if it is semi-annually, that means the interest is calculated twice in a year. That means every 6 alternative month. Or if they are saying the interest is being quarterly, so that means on every 3 months, that means in a complete year, there should be 4 times of interest will be paid. Now let's see with some of the example. Indugopal borrows $3,000 from the bank and agrees to repay the loan in 4 yearly payments. If the bank charges 5% simple interest, annual interest, then what is the total amount of the interest payment? So the question is asking what is the total amount of interest payment, and we can see it is mentioned 5% of simple annual interest. So we know that we have to use the simple interest form, that is P into R into T by 100. Indugopal borrows 3,000. So 3,000 is the principal. 4 yearly payment, that is time. Bank charges 5% simple annual interest, so that is rate of interest. Now if we put 3,000 in the place of P, 5% at the rate of at the position of R, and 4 yearly payment at the position of T, we are getting it like this: 3,000 into 5 into 4 by 100. Now if we do the simplification, we are having 30 into 5 into 4, that is 600. So D is the answer to the question. I hope the question is clear to you. Now let's see with one more example. An account earns 4% simple annual interest. So simple annual interest, after 1 year, if the value of the account increased by 240, so basically that is the interest amount, then how much was invested in the account at the beginning of the year? So the account earns 4% simple annual interest. So we know we have to use the SI formula, that is simple interest P into R into T by 100. After 1 year, that is the time period, that is T. Value of the amount increased by $240. So that is nothing but the simple interest amount. So we are having 240 equals to P into 4 into 1 by 100, because 4 is the rate of interest and 1 is the time period. So now if we do the calculation, because the question is asking how much was invested at the beginning of the year, that means we are looking for the value for P. So P equals to 240 into 100 by 4. Now if we do the calculation, we are having P as a 6,000. So the answer is, if you put 6,000 in an account with 4% annual interest, at the end of 1 year, you will get 240 as the interest. I hope the question is clear. Now let's do one more example. After 2 years, $2,000 invested in the account that earns an annual rate of 6% compounded annually. So you can see here it is clearly mentioned compounded annually. So we have to use the alternative formula. We'll have earned how much less interest than $2,600 in an account that earns interest at an annual rate of 5% compounded annually. So we can see the two different account, two different principal, two different rate of interest. But the common thing is that compounded annually. So we should use the same formula for both of the account. That is A equal to the power nt, where P is the principal, R is the rate of interest, N is the number of times in a year how much they are compounded, and T is the time period. So we can see it is compounded annually. So N should be 1 here. Now let's see the first one. After 2 years, 2000 invested in an account that earns an annual interest of 6%. That means for the first one, I can consider 2000 as the principal, 6% is the rate of interest, and 2 years, that is value for T as 2 and compounded annually. So N should be 1. So we can rewrite this equation like this: P as 2000, R as 6% annual rate, N as 1 and T as 2. Now if we do the simplification, we are having this as 2247.2. Now let's do the next one. So we know interest equals to amount minus principal. So interest earned from the first one is $247.2. So for the next part, $2,600 invested in an account that earns an annual rate of 5% interest compounded annually. So again, it is the value for N as 1. P here is 2,600. Rate of interest is 5 and T is same, that is 2. So if we put, we are having P as 2,600, R as 5, N as 1 and T as 2. Now we are getting the annual with this in principal and the rate of interest as 2866.5. So as we know, the interest equals to amount minus principal. So we are getting the interest earned from the second equation, or better to say with the 2,600 principal and 5% and interest rate. With 2 years, we are getting the interest as 266.5. Now the question is, we'll have how much earned less than the previous one. So the second interest is how much more than the first one? So we have to subtract the first interest amount from the second. So if we do so, we are having this as 19.3. So D is the answer to the question. So this question is calculation is very easy. So you have to understand the pulse of the question, or what the question is trying to say, that two different account with two different principal with two different rate of interest, but the time period is same, that is 2 years. So the question is how much the one interest amount should be more than the other. I hope the question is clear to you. Now let's do with one more example. If $8,000 is invested in an account that earns 8% annual interest compounded semi-annually. Semi-annually, that means in a year it will be compounded 2 times. Then what is the value of the account after 1 year? So we can see it is compounded semi-annually. So we must utilize the alternative formula, that is A equals to P into 1 plus R by 100 N to the power NT, where P is the principal, N is the number of times in a year it is compounded, and T is the time period. So 8,000 is invested, that is the principal, earns 8% annual interest, that is rate of interest, 1 year, that is time frame T. So we know everything. So we can rewrite this equation as 8,000 into 1 plus 8 by 100 into 2 to the power 2 into 1. Now P is 8,000, 8 as rate of interest, N is 2 because compounded semi-annually, and T as 1. Now if we do the simplification, we are having 8,000 into 1 plus 4 by 100 square, that is 8,000 into 1.04 whole square, that is equals to 8652.80. That is C is the answer to the question. I hope the question is clear to you. Now, after doing the 4 questions, if you have any doubt, or if you are practicing any other questions from any other different sources as well, and if you are having any doubt from there as well, you can put that question or you can write down to us in the comment section. Thank you everyone. Happy learning.